April, RealBridge bidding contest. Let's go. So next month, I am on the panel for this thing, which is sweet. And I'm excited to check out those hands. None vulnerable. Board 1, we have a 7-2-4-0-9 count. Dealers on our left. Man, we are always fourth seat for these things. It's imps. The auction starts a diamond, a club, a diamond by partner. Pass. I take it we're not playing fit showing jumps in competition. Otherwise, maybe we could bid like 2 spades with this hand to show spades and diamonds. I think normally the fit showing jumps would tend to show 9 cards in the 2 suits. So usually 6-3. Sometimes 5-4. I mean, obviously could have more length. Maybe that's another reason why we shouldn't bid 2 spades, even if we were playing fit showing with this hand, because our hand might be just a little bit too distributional. You know what I realized? I think I'm going to move chat back over to the left. So I've done a lot of rearranging, and now things are mostly back exactly where they started. But okay. 3 clubs on our left. Double by partner, which sounds like penalties to me. Yeah. So partner's pretty likely to have a singleton spade. Most of the time when you double these part scores at imps, it's because you have a singleton in your partner's suit and some good trumps, and you're expecting you lead your singleton, you get in with the ace or king of trumps, you cross to partner's hand, get a ruff, or maybe it goes spade to the ace, spade ruff immediately at tricks 1 and 2, you can start getting a couple of spade ruffs. So if we think about partner's shape, they're probably something like 1... 1-3-5-4 is a pretty likely distribution. A South would have failed to bid a heart, which is possible in the auction. I mean, South might not have very many values. We do have 9. Left-hand opponent apparently has a pretty good hand. They bid 3 clubs. Partner has overcalled and could have up to 16 or so. But yeah, something's just not quite sitting right about this double by East. I mean, 1-3-5-4 is possible, but that might be the only shape where a partner would double. Partner would not be doubling with only 3 clubs. I mean, maybe they would with ace, king, queen, third of clubs, but then they probably don't have much of a hand outside of that because North has to have something for their bidding. And so how are we doing in a diamond contract, I guess is the first question. We have a spade loser. If they get off to a heart lead, we might end up losing 2 hearts immediately. And we could still have a diamond loser. Blech. Well, that's gross. I think the bid that a lot of the panel is going to make is going to be 4 clubs. The panel is just going to decide that we want to play in a game, and 4 clubs is their best way to choose between spades and diamonds. I don't mind that bid. I also think it's probably a good idea to show at least an invite with diamonds. So the 2 bids that I'm kind of torn between are 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, I guess. 4 clubs might keep spades in the picture. Like if partner has stiff queen of spades, they might bid 4 spades over that. I think those are the options here. I mean, I know a lot of people will think that because we have a 7-card spade suit that we need to bid spades again, but that's probably just misunderstanding the double. This double just absolutely is a singleton or void in spades. Guaranteed. Partner could not be making this double at imps without that holding in the spade suit. Otherwise, they would be too afraid that we have a big spade fit and the law of total tricks is going to give the opponents protection. So yeah, I guess between 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, I would probably bid 4 clubs. Let's do that. We'll see how that goes. Hand 2. East-west vulnerable. Dealers on our right. It is imps. So we're vulnerable, the opponents are not. We get a 2 spade opening on our right. We have 24 with a spade void. Lots of controls. So 2 spades, take out double by us, 4 spades on our left, pass, no surprise. Oh, 2 spades alerted as weak with 5 or more spades. Well, tricky hand. I mean, first question, is it possible we go down at the 5 level? Yeah, it's possible, right? Partner could have a hand that's like, I mean, basically 4-3-3 with whatever it is they hold, and our best fit's going to be in clubs, but we can't get off the dummy, and we're very likely to lose 2 hearts in a club, or even 3 hearts in a club is possible. So it could be the case that doubling 4 spades is just going to be the right thing to do, and I think that's a bid that is seriously worth considering. Partner is going to pass. And how many tricks do we expect to take? I think we expect to take probably 6 tricks is likely. Out of the opponent's 7 minor or 7 non-spade cards that they have, and of course 2 spades could be a 5-card suit as well. But if our right-hand opponent has 6 spades, sometimes we take 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, and a heart. Sometimes we take 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, a club rough, and a heart. Sometimes we take 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, and partner has the jack of hearts, and there's nowhere for it to go in declarer's hand, so we get 2 hearts. So I think down 3 is pretty likely. But then the question is just like, what do we need for a grand slam? We need partner to have the king of hearts and the queen of clubs. What do we need for a small slam? We need partner to have the queen of clubs and the jack of hearts. I think it's probably a bit too pessimistic to not go looking for something. And so our choices are, we could bid 4-no takeout and then raise whatever partner bids to the 6th level. We could bid 4-no takeout and bid 5 spades over that to try for a grand. That's probably the action that I like the most. 4-no takeout and raise partner's bid to a grand. Not a grand, sorry. not raise partner's bid. We could bid 5 spades to look for a grand. I think I like that action the most because we'd be telling partner that we have probably approximately 12 tricks in our hand, and partner would be on high alert for this king of hearts card. They wouldn't care about the ace of spades or king of spades or anything. They would know that card is not what we're looking for, but the king of hearts would be a big card. And if partner has just the king of hearts, we're probably on a club finesse. Not great, but at least it would be a reasonable grand. Sometimes partner has the queen of clubs. Sometimes partner has a doubleton heart. I don't think there's anything about this auction that suggests the opponent's suits are splitting badly. Like, you know, hearts are 6-0 out against us or something like that. Or same thing for the club suit. So I think I do like 4 now. And then our plan is to bid 5 spades next. I like that decision ultimately. We'll see how it scores in the panel. I think the panel will be all over the place on this. I think a lot of the panel is just going to be lazy and bid 5 no trump, choice of slams, because that's basically what our hand is. But this 4 no trump bid, it does the exact same thing. And the only difference is that we can actually then get like a 6.5 bid in there with 5 spades over whatever partner does. I like that choice. Could it be wrong? Of course. But I'm not willing to give up on 22-10 in favor of just scoring plus 500 or plus 800. Hand 3. Here we go. Both vulnerable. Dealer is us. We're the dealer. Finally, it's my time to shine. Match points. We open 2 clubs. We have a big hand. We got 23 stiff king, but a solid 7-card club suit. So 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs. Good start to the auction. 3 diamonds from our partner. I actually don't know what that is. If that's a double negative or if that's a diamond bid. We decide to bid 3 no trump. I think there are other considerations. I mean, even if partner has diamonds. I don't know. It's tricky. These 2 club auctions really suck in standard. You don't have a great way to clue your partner into the fact that you have this long club suit. I mean, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs could be 6-3-3-1. We have 1 extra club. It could be a similar hand with a void somewhere. We don't have that. We could have a side 4-card major. So there's probably not much we can do, especially since it's match points. We do decide to bid 3 no trump over 3 diamonds. Okay, I like the auction so far. I mean, it's probably one of several that could work out. Partner bids 4 no. Right. Yeah, now how do we feel? I mean, we're going to bid a slam. The question is just which one. Do we want to bid 6 clubs, or do we want to bid 6 no trump? What does partner's hand look like? Partner probably has one of the major suit kings, and something in diamonds. Let's say partner has the queen of diamonds and one of the major suit kings, and they lead a club. So we got 7 clubs. We got, let's call it 2 spades, a diamond, and a heart. We would be on the heart finesse. What extra chances do we gain if we play it in clubs, though? Is King Doubleton, Queen of Diamonds enough for them to invite slam? I mean, I don't think so, but maybe. It's probably not, but the Jack of Diamonds is also not that useful to us because unless partner has the 10 of clubs, we would need 2 entries to make use of the Jack of Diamonds. We would need to be able to knock out the diamond, like King of Diamonds holding, cross to the 10 of clubs, Queen of Diamonds, pitch a heart, eventually get back with the King of Spades, and then pitch another heart on the Jack of Diamonds. So I don't think that would be enough to invite slam, but it's probably borderline. Like, remember, our 2 club openers should show 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs should show a really good hand. Because otherwise, we would just open no trump, despite the club suit, if we had, like, a 6-3-2-2 balanced hand with, like, whatever the right shape is, or, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no. So this shows a lot of offensive power in the form of trick-taking for the 3 club bid. I'm tempted to believe that 3 diamonds is not a double negative and is just natural based on the way the auction's gone. So I don't think this is a double negative, but I could be wrong. I have not read up on the system. Maybe I should do that before the May contest. It's just... I'm struggling to see where 6 clubs is going to do better than 6 no trump at match points. Hey Koopa, what are we doing here? This is the April RealBridge bidding contest. You know what? I can update the stream title. There you go. Has that answered all of your questions? Does 6 clubs leave a partner the option going to 7 clubs? I think our hand is not unusual enough that we should expect 7 clubs to be a good contract a lot of the time. If partner wanted to make a grand try, they could bid 4 clubs over 3 no. So if partner wanted to get to clubs or wanted to do something that wasn't just like invite a small slam, they could have bid 4 clubs. I mean, if we had some more conventional ways to go about this, like maybe if 5 clubs was natural and forcing and would start a Q-bid sequence, we could do that. That would kind of be cute. I think I do like having a little bit more texture on this type of an auction, especially after 2 club opener where we've lost so much space already. But what's the best use for these types of bids? I don't know. Like, for example, should 5 of a major be an offer? Like, could we be 6-4, right? 6 clubs in a 4-card major here? I think absolutely, right? 3 clubs, 3 diamonds. I mean, we probably could bid 3 hearts, but let's say our hand was like King Doubleton, Ace King Queen 4th, Singleton, Ace King Queen 6th. Wouldn't we really just want to grab up 3 no trump? Like if we bid 3 hearts with that hand, or worse, flip the major suits. We can't afford to bid 3 spades like that because then we wrong side the no trump. So I think we probably could be 6-4 at this point in the auction. Is 4 no key card? No. This is just a quantitative invite to slam. No suit has been agreed. You need to have a suit agreement before you bid key card. So I'm saying with King 3rd, 3 small, Ace Queen 5th, Doubleton, partner should bid 4 clubs over 3 no trump. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that hand is way, way, way too good to take this kind of an action. Now, I mean, like, they should. Does partner always do what we want? I don't know. See, the problem is, if we're off the King Queen of Spades, there's no way that we can park our spade loser. I guess partner could have a hand that's like a bunch of small spades, the Jack of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds. That would make 6 clubs better. Sorry, we also need partner to have the 10 of clubs entry, right? Partner could have 3 small clubs, I guess, which would be equivalent. But something like 3 small, Jack 3rd, Ace 5th, 10 Doubleton, and now 6 clubs is a better contract, right? Because they lead the King of Spades in 6 no trump. We unblock the diamond, we cross in clubs, we pitch a spade on the Ace of Diamonds, and now we try the heart finesse. But we're still, that's still a 50-50 no trump slam. So we're still earning 50% of the match points against the field who gets to 6 clubs even though it's cold. Like, this isn't an imp problem, is the thing. Match points makes it so much more profitable to play 6 no trump unless there's a clear reason why we should play in clubs. And maybe there is. I'm just having a hard time constructing a hand where it's like so obvious that 6 no trump has no play and yet 6 clubs is cold. I mean, maybe partner could have a stiff spade or something. That could do it. But how likely is that when the opponents are solid or silent? They've missed their 10-card spade fit. It's possible. Partner could have a stiff heart, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm just going to bid 6 no. Where are we? Problem number 3. 6 no. Hand number 4. Let's go. We're 4th seed again. We've been relegated after our poor performance on the previous board. 2 hearts. 2 no. 4 hearts. Once again, the opponent's preempts could be a 5-card suit. No one vulnerable, this time it's imps, and we pick up a 16 count after this auction. So partner's showing a little bit better than a strong no trump with the 2 no overcall. Generally, people will say 16 to 18. So we have like 32 to 34 highs between our hands. The Queen of Hearts becomes a pretty good card in that case. This might fill in partner's heart suit. What do we need for a grand? Let's think about that for a second. I guess let's construct a hand for a grand slam first, because I don't think that should be too hard. Like, let's give partner ace doubleton of clubs. So ace of clubs, ace of hearts, queen 5th of diamonds. That's a 10 count so far, and ace queen of spades is 16. Cool. So we've constructed a simple hand where grand slam is cold for partner that is well within their range, and in fact a minimum for their range. Now, how do we go about investigating a grand slam? Five hearts sounds like a void. So first question that I would say is 4 no trump natural? And the answer is yes. Here, just because the opponent's a bid to 4 hearts, our partner has suggested a no trump game. So 4 no trump should be natural here, not like some quantitative invite, not key card for some unknown suit, not straight Blackwood asking for aces, not pick a minor. So second question then is, what's double supposed to be in that case? Double would have to cover the hands that you don't want to bid for no trump, I think. Generally, double is just going to show values. I mean, we have way too many values for double. Well, okay, hold on. Let me step back for a second. How is 4 hearts doubled going to do? Let's give partner an actual hand this time, because I gave them kind of a perfect hand for 7 diamonds, which would be nice, and maybe I would like to get there, but it's probably going to be a little bit tough. So let's say partner has something like ace jack 4th of hearts. No, ace jack 3rd of hearts, I guess. The opponents have 9 of them. North has 5 and south has 4. So ace jack 4th of hearts. Ace of spades, ace of clubs is up to 13. Let's say queen of spades. That gets him up to 15. And the jack of diamonds or something is 16. I don't know. Let's not dwell too much on the queens. But how bad is 4 hearts going to do? Because once again, it's imps. If I can just take like 1400 or something against 4 hearts doubled, then that's probably a good result, right? For our side. I mean, the best we could do would be 1520 if 7 no trump makes. So how many tricks do we get on that hand? We're going to take probably all 7 tricks outside of the heart suit. Ace, king, queen of spades, ace, king of clubs, ace, king of diamonds. We have 2 heart tricks, even if the king is offside. So that would be down 6. 1, 3, 5, 8, 11, 14. Okay, dude, I don't know. I mean, what's a bad hand partner could hold? king doubleton of hearts, right? Partner could, in theory, hold the king doubleton of hearts and every other card in the deck. So how many tricks do we get then? Let's say the hearts are 6-4. So we get 1 heart trick and 7 tricks outside the heart suit. Sometimes dummy is short somewhere, so we only get 6 tricks outside the heart suit. That would be down 4 is 800 against our small slam. No, it looks like we just take the money on this one. Now that I've started thinking about the hand, or constructing hands for partner. God, really? That's so disappointing. I want a bit of Grand Slam. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I guess on a really bad day, we do only get... What did I come up with? 6 tricks and a heart trick, which is 7 for down 4 and 800, but that's against 990. We're just okay. Fine. We can reason this one out. Double is just the winner. On to the next hand. That makes me upset. I want to bid with this hand for whatever reason, but I guess it's just the wrong thing to do. We'll have to see who on the panel has worked this problem out. All right. Next board, we're once again in 4th seat. What's my non-double constructive bid? I didn't take the time to work it out. Sorry. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess 5 no trump works if partner bids a minor, because then we can bid 5 hearts to invite a grand. I'm not sure. You imagine Zia doing this? I wonder if Zia is going to submit problems for the May contest, because he's busy with the trials, but it does feel like a lot of the time Zia just goes on a vibe check. What does the 5 diamond bid mean here? Here we go. Okay, yeah, next hand. We'll get to the other hands discussion once we see the panel's comments. 3 spades on our left, pass. We decide to balance with double. Okay. I mean, preempts are effective. So vulnerability, we're vulnerable, the opponents are not. These are the same opponents who preempt on 5-card suits. I mean, what should we do over 3 spades pass? This is a tough, that's a tough problem already. Our hand kind of feels in between a 4-heart and a 5-heart bid. I suppose the idea behind double is we're expecting partner to bid 4 of a minor, or pass 3 spades doubled, which we're probably okay with holding all these aces, especially the ace of trumps. And over 4 of a minor, we were then going to bid 4 hearts to show generally double and then pull. These auctions shows kind of a flexible hand. It would not necessarily imply 2 places to play, but it would be like, I'm not convinced that my suit is the right thing to play in. If you have a different hand type. Here, we would just be trying to use that as, I'm not sure that 4 hearts is the right level to play at if you have a different hand type. I don't know. I mean, preempts work. Double's fine. I mean, what would I do if it was 3 spades pass? I might just bid 4 hearts. I don't know. I could see double. I could see 5 hearts. I could see 4 hearts. I think those are the options with West's hand over 3 spades. All of those make a lot of sense to me. 5 hearts would be stronger than 4 hearts in balancing seat, and 4 hearts would be kind of a wimpy action, but just looking to get a plus score when partner might be marked with nothing. But now that we've chosen to double and partner showed values by bidding 5 diamonds, we definitely want to bid again. The question is just going to be what? I like 5 hearts. I mean, 5 hearts shows our hand, so that's at least nice. Doubling and bidding 5 hearts. If we had a diamond fit, we would just raise to 6 diamonds. I know 5 hearts isn't forcing, and partner might be pretty disappointed when they're looking at a small singleton heart, but hopefully they figure out what to do. It would be a real shame when we get to 5 hearts going down and 6 diamonds is just frigid. I mean, obviously partner could have king, queen, 10, 7th of diamonds and out, and 7 diamonds might just be cold. Is 5 no over 5 diamonds ace asking? It shouldn't be. I don't think there's any way to ace ask here. Partner jumped to 5 diamonds. I mean, partner has a good hand. Not necessarily in terms of high cards, but in terms of diamonds. I think king, queen, 7th is a pretty normal bid. What's 5 no? 5 no is going to be pick a slam, usually, in these auctions. I mean, I'm just not convinced that I want to ask partner to pick a slam. 5 hearts at least shows our hand. The only problem with 5 hearts is that we don't really show the diamond stuff that we have. But I'm a little bit concerned that partner could have a hand that's just like king, 5th of diamonds and, you know, the king of clubs or something. And that might not be enough to bid 5 diamonds. Yeah, maybe partner does need one of these like king, queen, 7th of diamonds hands. Okay, let's get back on that king, queen, 7th of diamonds track. So we have 7 diamonds and 4 outside tricks. We can, of course, ruff a spade in our hand. We should be able to set up the heart suit. Yeah, I don't think I was just like trying. I hadn't gotten to like piecing together a hand for partner yet, but because we are a balancing double, partner needs to have something, and since they have no high cards, they must have lots of diamonds. So I think king, queen, 7th is a pretty likely holding. And the question now is just going to be, how good is a grand opposite that? So let's say they lead a spade. If partner has a doubleton heart, partner's going to have to guess the heart suit, right? Because if we go ace, king of hearts and north ruffs, now we're just down. And if we don't go ace, king of hearts and instead pull trumps, then we've run out of entries to our hand if hearts happen to be 4-1 with the queen, 4th, and east's hand. I mean, it's still a very good grand slam, but it's not absolutely cold. Is partner likely to be 3-7 in the pointed suits? I don't think so. The fact that South didn't raise to 4 spades shouldn't have too much impact on this hand, because it looks like North probably has king, queen, jack, 6th or 7th or whatever in the spade suit, and South just has a balanced Yarborough, maybe with the heart queen, maybe with the club king, but South with a spade fit would not necessarily raise spades here, I don't believe. They're not looking to increase the penalty against themselves. Like, they know that one of us has a huge hand, and it could easily be East, who is looking to make a penalty double of 4 spades if it came back to them. I just don't know how partner's ever going to realize that we just need them to have king, queen, 7th of diamonds to make a grand. Like, king, queen, 6th is probably good enough as well. hopefully the heart suit roughs out in that case also. I mean, the thing I liked about 5 hearts originally was that I think it's almost forcing, but if partner has a stiff heart, they're probably just going to pass. Yeah, stiff heart with no spade card, no club card, just a long diamond suit. I think we get back on this diamond train, so let's think about our options. See, the problem with 5 spades is 5 spades just instantly gets 6 diamonds from partner. And then what do we do? And I think if 5 spades fetches 6 clubs, it's worse for us. Because then our partner might have king's 7th of diamonds and the king of clubs. And now we could easily have a diamond loser. We would have to guess the trump suit. So, I mean, in some sense, 5 spades saves us. If it goes 5 spades, 6 clubs, 6 diamonds, I'll pass. Like, hopefully partner can pull the heart suit in and we make 12 tricks. Or rough a spade and the diamonds aren't 4-0. I just don't really see another way to investigate the grand. I mean, 5 spades is the lazy bid, right? Like, we bid 5 spades, we hear from partner, and now we have a decision on the next round. The problem arises from, like, we need to decide what we're doing over 6 diamonds, because this is supposed to be, like, a bidding panel discussion, as opposed to, like, what's the bid that we can make to delay our choice, and then we just get full marks because we haven't made up our mind, and we didn't have to. I guess 5 spades is fine. I mean, we've identified one way it helps. If partner bids 6 clubs, we can sign off in 6 diamonds. If partner bids 6 diamonds, we're going to have a guess to make. I suppose, let me split it this way. 5 spades, 6 clubs, 6 diamonds. 5 spades, 6 diamonds, 7 diamonds. That's what I would do. That's my final answer. And I don't know how to feel about it. But that's what I've decided. I mean, I'm sure, like, most of the panel just bids 5 spades because they're like, I want to make a grand try. So they'll probably get full credit for it. Yeah, the auction could have a lot of rounds. So my discussion with Mark Smith, the guy who runs this panel, is that we were basically right that, like, the purpose of this is not necessarily to run, like, some super high level bidding contest and assign scores and try and choose, you know, the strongest players based on that. It's to get a group of experts together to discuss problems that could have multiple solutions, basically, and try and get the feel for what most experts are doing in those situations. So that's the idea of the bidding contest, and I think we have thoroughly discussed this one. Any bid you make could work. The question is just, what do we think is percentage and why? Why is the more important question here? And that's what I try and get at in my... We're in first seat, and we get to decide if this is an opening bid? Yes! Now, the problem is that I am so far off from, like, the general vibe of the panel on this that the panel is going to preempt this hand, and I think this is a clear 1 diamond opener. But let's talk through the possibilities. So we're first seat. The opponents are vulnerable, so we're favorable. It's match points. Now, 8 card suits are meant to be trump. I think a lot of people have said that before. So even if we happen to have a 5-3 spade fit, it's possible that this hand still plays better in diamonds, even in like an 8-0 diamond fit, because if we get tapped at trick 1, we can't pull trumps and set up our diamond suit in a spade contract, but in a diamond contract, at least we could, you know, knock out the ace of spades. Partner has king jack 5th over there, pull a couple of trumps, we lose 2 diamonds, a spade, a couple of hearts, and we'll be plus 110 at the end of the day. Second question is just, why do a lot of people like to preempt these hands? Well, for one thing, a lot of people don't view this hand as good enough to open the bidding, where whatever your rule for an opening bid is, this is only a 9 count. And for a lot of people, that just can't possibly qualify. So many panelists are probably going to say something like, this hand doesn't meet our requirements for an opening bid, so we have to preempt. We choose 4 diamonds or 3 diamonds or whatever it is that they want to choose with this hand. Benefits to preempts, I mean, if it's the opponent's hand, it gets in the way of their auction. Preempts do work. We saw that on the previous board. Now, there are deterrents to opening a diamond, and one of the strong ones that I tend to have for my opening bids. So for me, I often use Rule of 20 for opening bids. This is 9 high card points with 11 cards in your 2 longest suits, so it meets the Rule of 20. But I have the caveat that if I don't have 11 high card points, then I either need 2 defensive tricks so that I'm going to sit for partner's penalty double. So if I had a hand that was like, let me try and think of something. Ace, 6th of spades, ace, jack, 5th of hearts, singleton, singleton, or whatever. I don't know if everyone would open that hand 1 spade. I think you should. But that's a hand that has 2 defensive tricks. If I had instead king, queen, 5th of spades and queen, jack, 10, let's say king, queen, jack, 5th of spades and queen, jack, 10, 5th of hearts, and like jack, double 10 of diamonds and a stiff club, or even jack, 3rd of diamonds and a stiff club, that hand would not have 2 defensive tricks for me. So even though it meets the Rule of 20, I would not want to open that hand. I would rather pass that one. I think that was a convoluted explanation. But so either I need 2 defensive tricks, or I need a hand that's going to pull partner's penalty double. And I think this hand qualifies in the second variety. It depends what partner doubles for penalty, but like if partner doubles 4 clubs or something later in the auction for penalty, I would probably end up pulling to 4 diamonds with this hand. It depends how the auction goes, but that would be my idea, because partner's expecting me to either have high cards for my opening bid or defensive tricks, and I have neither in this case. Anyway, so it meets my requirements for an opening bid. I'm just going to open a diamond. I think a lot of the panel is going to preempt this hand, and I think if you do preempt this hand, it's probably best to preempt 4 diamonds. I know that Craig is going to roll over in his Greg hearing that, because he'll be like, well, what if partner has king and a diamond and you're making 3 no trump? But this hand has enough distribution that it's pretty unlikely that our side is going to be ending up in 3 no trump on this one. And the 4-level diamond preempt is going to invite partner to sacrifice over 4 of a major or 5 clubs. And I think that's exactly what we want to do with this hand. So 1 or 4 seems like the right number. 3 I think is too little, but we'll bid 1 diamond. Hand 7. Both vulnerable. We opened again. Dealer West. Imps. Oh boy. We got another Rule of 20 opener. Now, I think usually I like to open my 6-card minor. This is a rare exception case for me. Can we undo? Good question. The hearts are so much stronger than the clubs, and I really want the lead director in hearts to happen. So why can't we just pass in Michael's later? I think a lot of people do that. I tend to think it's bad to do that, because a lot of the times we're not able to Michael's later. Like the auction will start a spade past 4 spades or spade past 3 spades to us. And now what do? Right? Coming in at the 1 level is a lot safer than coming in at the 4 level. But I know plenty of people prefer to pass with these 5-5s. This is kind of an old school theory of bidding, but the new school theory tends to be get into the auction as early as possible so that you can put pressure on the opponents. I don't think there's anything wrong with the old school theory. I'm just like from the more modern style of bridge school. So 1 heart's good. 2 hearts by partner, or 2 hearts on our left, Michael's. Partner bids 2 no trump, invitational or better with 4 or more hearts. 4 spades on our right, we're both vulnerable. It is imps. At imps, the general idea is if both sides could be making a game, then you want to bid the game for your side. And here, both sides easily could be making a game. We have to bid. It is incorrect for us to pass. So the question just is going to be, what should we bid? And there are 2 bids that make sense. We could bid 5 hearts, or we could bid 5 clubs. If we want to try and just steal the auction and have the auction be over immediately, we could bid 5 hearts. This has a couple things going for it. Puts pressure on the opponents to immediately bid, because if we bid 5 clubs, our partner's going to have to correct to 5 hearts, and the opponents get to exchange a little bit more info there, as well as South, our right-hand opponent, probably finds out what their partner's minor is, because they'll find out their partner has diamonds, and they might not be expecting that. So 5 hearts puts a little bit more pressure on them and keeps them in the dark. But the problem is, if we bid 5 hearts and the opponents go on to 5 spades, partner might not know what to do. So 5 clubs helps clue partner in to a 6-level decision, or a 5 spade decision, if that does happen. I think on this hand, let me give it a stare for a second. We are on lead against spades. So if we bid 5 clubs, it's not like partner's going to somehow get off to the wrong lead against a 4 spade contract. We still get to lead hearts. Although the question is, do we lead a low heart? Yeah, okay. That is another problem for a different day, because we're not going to be asked that question. 5 clubs also has the downside that our left-hand opponent with a good hand might bid 5 diamonds over it. And so, I mean, I kind of highlighted this, but that's a specific example for how the opponents are going to take advantage of us not taking up the space with 5 hearts. So the question is, how often are they going to bid 5 spades over 5 hearts? If they frequently bid 5 spades over 5 hearts, we should be bidding 5 clubs a lot to let partner know what to do. If they are infrequently bidding 5 spades over 5 hearts, then I think we should just bid 5 hearts. This is probably an experience thing, and I have not played in a very, very long time in these events, so I don't have this experience to draw from. But I think my feeling is that the 5 level is often for the opponents, and so if we bid 5 hearts, they're pretty unlikely to bid 5 spades. That's what I'm going to go with. So I will just bid 5 hearts here. I mean, could this be wrong? Yes, but I think the entire panel is going to bid something. No one is going to pass, even though bidding to the 5 level is a little bit scary sometimes. All right. Zia is going to bid 5 diamonds, of course, but that's because he's Zia. All right, we're in second seat. Last problem. North-south vulnerable, so that's the opponents. We're favorable. Dealer's south, it's imps. 1 spade on our right. Oh, I'm sorry, what did we do? Can we go back to the point where we made a bid over 1 spade? I would double. Another undo. Yeah, please request undo. I think the spade void makes our hand good enough to double. But 2 diamonds is gross on this suit. Anyway, what happened? A spade, 2 diamonds, 4 spades, double? Okay. I don't even understand why this is a question. Here we go. We're putting in the pass. Do we need to talk about the pass on this board? Pass. Boom. I guess we should talk about the pass. Well, partner has showed some values. We have an ace-king that is not in our suit, which is great. Like, if we had ace-king 6 of diamonds and jack-10 4th of clubs, I mean, we should probably still sit for the double, but then we would be a lot less confident that we're cashing a bunch of tricks. Here, we can just cash the ace-king of clubs. Unless partner's double is intended to be responsive. I'm a little bit nervous that we're going to get the comment that East double is intended as responsive, but you shouldn't be playing responsive doubles this high, I don't think. Like, at some point, you just need to be able to double the opponents in a game that they've bid to say that you have values. Yeah, I don't... Like, sometimes partner just has king, queen, jack, 3rd of spades, right? Okay, I'm very nervous about the responsive double, but anyway, we have a great lead. Ace, king, 4th of clubs. We'll do that. Cash a number of clubs. I mean, maybe we lead a high club and partner says, no, please switch to diamonds so that I can get my ruff. So we switch to a diamond. Partner gets in with a trump. Club to the king, diamond ruff. I mean, what do we think that we were making on this hand? Again, unless partner's making a responsive double, in which case, what am I supposed to do? 6 clubs or something with these cards? Well, we're going to pass. Okay, let's see how this scores. Results. Boom. Here we go. Welcome to the 4th set of the 2025 annual competition. With 1/3 of the year's scores in the book, the leaderboard is beginning to take shape. Remember that only your best 9 scores will count, so entering every month will enable you to drop your 3 weakest scores. By the way, chat, you all should enter this RealBridge bidding contest, because this is a fun little game to play. Also, since I'm doing it, now you can compare your scores against me. And don't steal my bids. I mean, you can steal my bids. We start with more congratulations from the U.S. Nationals in Memphis, which was also the venue for the final of the WBF World Tour. It's an all-Aussie affair. The winners were 2 Australians, one who has been a member of our panel for a while, Andy Hung, and another who is our newest panel member, Sartaj Hans. This month's guest panelists are co-winners of the February competition, in which all 4 scored a perfect 80 out of 80. Venkatesh Ramaratnam is based in Bengaluru, India, and took early retirement from the IT industry. He began playing over 30 years ago, represented India in the World Junior Championships in the late 90s. He's subsequently won numerous national titles and has donned roles including coach, commentator, director, and administrator. Maurizio Partisano is a retired 74-year-old amateur. He lives in Biella, a small town in Italy's Piedmont region, with his wife Manuela and their 3 cats, Michetta, Bo, and Sino. Nuno Carrasma from Portugal is a 56-year-old dentist who learned bridge in his final year at university. He was a regular tournament player for almost 15 years, but the demands of career and family life put a halt to that 20 years ago. He says, I still love the game, and I met up with a group of friends to discuss the bidding problems each month. I intend to return regularly to the table after my retirement. Currently 2043. We'll put that on the calendar. Doug Baxter is a Canadian who's been playing since 1977. With his current partner, David Linda, Doug has represented Canada in 1 Bermuda Bowl and more recently in 2 Dorsey Bowls, the seniors teams. Welcome to all of you. As heralded above, we are also delighted to welcome a new member of the panel this month, Australian star Sartaj Hans. Sartaj has been a regular member of the Australian Open team since making his debut at the 2004 Olympiad. He collected a silver medal from the transnational teams at the 2011 World Championships in Veldhoven, the 2022 World Championships in Wroclaw. His Aussie-Kiwi team reached the last 16 of the main event, and Sartaj also made it to the finals of the Open Pairs, playing with Peter Gill. Sartaj and fellow panelist Andy Hung were both members of the team that finished second in the prestigious Rising or BAMS in 2024. We'll keep an eye open to see how closely their choices align. Yeah, Shift. I just finished the April one, so we're going to look at the panel results, and then I'm going to open up May, and we'll get our scores in. 3 of this month's problems have been sent to me. Hand 8 by panelist Bernat Schenken, and 2 by regular competition entrants. Hand 1 comes from the early annual competition lead, Venkatesh Ramaratnam. We'll pronounce this name correctly once, from India. And hand 6 from New Zealand's Peter Barker. Thanks to all of them. If you have a hand you think would make an interesting problem for the panel, please send me the details. The panel produced a majority vote on only 2 hands in this set, but every deal has at least one action that attracts 11 or more panelists. After a tough couple of months, competitors will be glad to learn that there are plenty of high-scoring opportunities on these hands. The most popular action chosen by the competition entrants scores 10 on 4 of the 8 boards, and voting with the largest group of competitors scores a respectable 63 out of 80, well up from the 45 in March. The average score this month is 54.97, up from 47.62. On a number of this month's deal, there are questions about the meaning of some actions, so plenty of discussion topics for regular partnerships. Let's see what the panel has to say. Here we go. First board. I mean, yeah, like, as predicted, we did eventually come around to the 2, I guess, most popular choices, 4 clubs and 4 diamonds, here. And so we do earn top marks on the first board. Way to go, us. But let's see what everyone else says. Is that 10 visible? It is, barely. Excellent. So this was this hand, the 7-4. Partners made a penalty double, 3 clubs. So 4 clubs, most popular by a large margin here. I think we came to the conclusion that that's just the best bid. It covers all of our bases. Sometimes we get to a 4-spade contract if we get lucky. Hopefully partner treats it as an invite with diamonds. 4 diamonds was the next choice by a couple of the panelists. Some bid 5 clubs, which is a little bit overreaching. There was a 5 diamonds, and then there was one panelist who should be thrown away and replaced for next month. We start with the panel's largest majority vote of the set, and almost a third of competitors start with maximum marks. However, significant numbers of competition entrants voting for weak, non-forcing actions, such as 3 diamonds, 3 spades, 4 spades, bring down the average score on this deal. Let's start with a couple of solo efforts. Alan Mould, 3 spades, I cannot think of anything clever to do. Get out of here. Evidently, Alan, I'm sure your partner will have some suggestions at the end of the board. Yes, they might. 5 diamonds. I wish I knew what partner's double meant. Perhaps the panel will enlighten you. At least you get to game. I thought that the choice of the next fraction would attract more support. Seems likely to simplify the rest of the auction at least. 4 diamonds, I don't think partner's double shows clubs, just extra values. That's not clear to me. I think partner is making a penalty double here, but I guess we'll find out. 4 diamonds, great trump support is the key feature of the hand, so I show that rather than start with an ambiguous Q bid. I can Q 5 clubs over 4 hearts from partner. We hadn't really decided what we were doing next. 4 diamonds showing diamond support. This hand is slightly below Q bid strength, devaluing both kings. The French make a key point for me. The objective of bidding is to decide on a suit and a level, and the sooner you do the first of those, the more room you have to get the second right. That's true. I always say that when it comes to slam auctions. You want to get your suit bid and confirmed first so that you can start Q bidding. 4 diamonds. In this situation, North's 3 club bid may be long clubs and nothing else, so partner's double can be fairly wide-ranging depending on his number of spades. For us, ace doubleton, ace queen third, ace queen 10 6, small doubleton, or a bunch of these other hands would all double. I don't understand. I guess everyone believes that the double isn't penalty. It sounds like penalty to me. Huh. Maybe that's a match point thing? Maybe I'm having match point-itis? I mean, every time you double at match points, it's penalty, regardless of what your convention card says. Okay. I'm back on board. Well, I'm glad I bid 4 clubs then. So yeah, I mean, a bunch of these hands with like small doubleton clubs are supposed to double. Seems better to show our diamond fit and concentrate on reaching the right level rather than starting with a nebulous cue. Partner bids 4 hearts, our next move will be 4 no key card, the risk that partner holds the club ace being minimal. This blows my mind. I mean, even if partner has extra values, wouldn't partner be required to double with a club card or 2? Bergen, 4 clubs, preserving the options, 4 clubs, keeping the options open. I mean, that was basically my thought. Like, 4 spades could be right, 5 diamonds could be right. Lorenzini, 4 clubs. I don't know where we're going, but starting with a cubid should be a good idea. This is generally what you do when you, cubid, right? Like, cubids are often, like, multi-directional. You don't really know where you're headed. So, this is exactly how it feels. 4 clubs. I'm not sure yet if we belong in spades or diamonds. I'll show enough to force a game and see what partner does next. 4 clubs. I have a great hand. I can play either spades or diamonds, so let's hear where partner's preference is. We'll worry about this level later. 4 clubs, Zia says. Easy for now. What is partner's double? Right, Zia. What is partner's double? I suspect we're headed for 6 diamonds. Wow, but let's go slowly. Maurizio seems to think even a jump to 4 diamonds might be non-forcing. I agree. 4 clubs, I'm too strong for a simple jump to 4 diamonds. This bid's easy, however follow-ups I'm sure will cause pause. Some also tell us how they plan to advance the auction. 4 clubs, I plan on bidding 4 spades next. The sequence must imply diamond support or I would have just bid 4 spades. Okay. 4 clubs, I think this should show spades and diamonds with shortness and clubs. Later I can bid 5 clubs exclusion. Man, everyone is excited about our prospects for slam. Maybe they should be. 4 clubs, I play that double 3 clubs shows extras. Good agreement. That would be helpful to know. Looking at this hand, it feels like partner may intend it as a penalty double, but I'm still bidding 4 clubs. See, that's what I mean. Like, if we don't have an agreement, doesn't partner have to, like, usually have a penalty when we have a club void? All right, anyway, if partner continues with 4 diamonds, I'll raise to 6. Over 4 hearts, I can bid 5, and if partner bids 4 spades, I'll bid key card. Man, everyone's so optimistic. 4 clubs. We'd like to head towards spades when partner has something like ace third, 3 small, ace queen 6 singleton. Is this really a double of 3 clubs? Oh my god. But the double does not promise spade support. It could be a good overcall angling for 3 no or 5 diamonds. For example, queen doubleton, ace queen third, ace queen 10, 6th doubleton. Show some strength with a cubid, and hopefully partner's next bid will set us on the right path. I feel like I didn't have a good start to this month's set, even though we scored the maximum marks on the first hand. I'm not sure we agree that double may just show a good hand. I may rebid spades at some point, but for now diamonds are okay as trumps. 4 clubs, I'll cubid before heading to 6 diamonds. Only Larry seems worried that partners doubles for penalties. Man, Larry and I would make good partners. This is what I'm talking about. We have been on the same page about a lot of these things. I suppose double is penalties, but I'm not in the business of defending with voids in their suit and great support for partners. It will, however, deter me from driving too high, and I'll probably let partner out in 4 spades or 5 diamonds. 1 spade was forcing. False, maybe, false. Both of us are retired. See, we have so much in common. Larry, if you're out there, we need to play a game sometime. Double should be various, invitational or better hands. Game should be a cinch. Okay. Not only clearly defined as exclusion, but exclusion for which suit? I considered a bit of 5 clubs to show my void. Sure. Migri, 4 clubs. I could bid 5 clubs showing a void and agreeing diamonds. Not exclusion, but 4 clubs is okay. We found our 3rd pair for the Bermudable. Yes. Yeah, me and Larry Cohen. Andrew sums up the case both for and against the final option. 5 clubs. This should be a void showing splinter for diamonds. What can go wrong? Does it show a void or is it exclusion? Brink. They misspelled Migri's name? They did. Campo Neal. Also, isn't there an L missing? Partner's double is takeout. My hand is super good, and jumping to 5 clubs should show both the void and slam interest. 6 diamonds would be my choice if I had to guess the contract now. Ah, okay. It just shows a void, or does it? 5 clubs. If this is exclusion, I think that's the best way to go. We're likely to be able to make 6 diamonds and perhaps 7. Alternative is 4 clubs. All right, let's take a look. At the table, West bid 5 clubs, which was apparently exclusion Blackwood agreeing spades. His partner showed the 3 missing aces, and West could ask about the spade queen, but then he had to decide whether to bid the grand and hope the diamonds were solid. Partner had ace queen doubleton, ace third, ace queen jack fifth, jack third. So 7 diamonds and 7 spades were both excellent. 7 diamonds would be a good spot, even without the spade queen. It seems to me that 4 diamonds, clearly forcing, probably makes it easiest to get there unless a jump to 5 clubs is specifically defined as short. Suggests as a slam try in diamonds with a club void. Regular partnerships should at least agree on the meaning of East double and of a jump to 5 clubs. Good point. Yes, let's agree on the meaning of East double. I think it makes a lot of sense for East double to just be card showing or values. So I think I do like the panel's idea on what the double is by East. I don't know what we should do with our hand then. I mean, I still think 4 clubs, right? We just get more information from partner. If I don't have an agreement, then let's keep the auction lower so that we can continue making forcing bids. I am not convinced by the 4 diamonds forcing argument, right? Isn't this the same as like your partner opens a diamond, it goes 2 clubs, pass, 3 clubs, your partner makes a takeout double, pass, you bid 4 diamonds now? That's not forcing. That's definitely not forcing. A little bit of a difference in this auction because we decided to bid a spade first rather than supporting diamonds. Does that matter so much? I'm not sure. Okay, on to the next one. How'd we do? I don't remember this hand, but we'll figure it out once we get to the panel, right? We got another 10. We are killing it this month so far. 2 spades, yes. 2 spades double, 4 spades pass, pass. And now we had this hand, and we had to decide, 1, do we want to double and have partner sit? We had to count out how many tricks we're getting. It's imps. Or did we want to do something else? And it looks like 4 no trump and 5 spades were both given equally high marks. Both are pretty sensible. I liked the 4 no bid because we were able to then bid 5 spades next. Whatever partner did over 4 no, we could bid 5 spades, and that would show a Grand Slam invite. Whereas 5 spades would imply the same thing, but it feels a little bit worse, right? Because like when we bid 4 no and partner bids something, and then we don't just raise to 6, we bid the Q bid, we're clearly forcing to 6 at that point, and then we are also, inviting 7. But if we just bid 5 spades, again, like partner knows that we are looking for a grand, but it doesn't feel the same to me. You held this hand, you know where he got it from? I guess we'll find out at the end, right? There's also high scores for a lot of other choices. 5 no trump, 6 clubs. These have all scored well, but I think these bids are pretty bad. 5 no trump is okay. So I understand 9, but 6 clubs I think is really bad. 5 clubs, of course, is terrible. Wait, one of the panelists bid 5 clubs? Double is fine. I think double is one of these bids that's like instinctive. And that was one of the first things we considered, but we realized that we just didn't collect enough of a penalty. Partner always sits for this double based on our hand, and the penalty we scored was just not good enough to compensate for our making Grand Slam. One more panelist booted. Yeah, like, honestly, I don't mind the panelist who double. I think they just didn't fully think through the problem. But the panelist who bid 5 clubs has lost their mind. Here, I'm going to leave this up and you guys can start reading. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. We're back. The panelists are dropping like flies, though. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Bonanza for almost everyone, with the two most popular choices from the panel both scoring the maximum. However, the largest group of competition entrants should perhaps be thankful to score as many as 5 out of 10, thanks to finding a handful of panelists in their corner, whilst the rest of the panel members explain why double is likely to be disastrous. A similar number of competitors are split between the two options that score 10. Let's start with those panelists who concur with the largest group of competitors. Double. Only partner can see his spade holding. Well, does that matter? A couple are hoping a higher power will rescue them from themselves. Double. Praying for partner to bid at the 5 level or 4-no to offer choice. Double. If partner bids a suit at the 5 level, I will raise to slam. That's it? Dude, if partner bids a suit at the 5 level, I'm bidding 8. Hello? Double. Double. I know I do the wrong thing. Sorry, partner. You're nuts, my lord, Baldric says to Blackadder as he hands round the pistachios. Zia. 4-no. Bob Hammond told me not to double again with a void. It puts too much pressure on partner. Just bid 4-no and raise his suit to slam. Incorrect. Bid 4-no and bid 5 spades over it. Grand slam try. 4-no. Since there's almost no chance that partner will pull a double of 4 spades, even with a suitable hand like this, I feel compelled to take unilateral action and force partner to bid. Perhaps the opponents will dive in with 5 spades, which I will risk doubling. We would need to once again calculate out the imps, but 5 spades offers an extra 300 points of penalty. Koopa's back. Sorry, partner. That was that was Brink. David Bird. 4-no. It seems clear to look for a trump fit first. However, I intend to continue. Take out double would nearly always be passed, so that would be a poor idea when a vulnerable slam is likely our way. For most, it is only a question of identifying the right suit before bidding a slam. 4-no. En route to 6 or 7, but I may as well be economical. 4-no. Go on then. I will drive to slam. 4-no, hopefully by not doubling again, I'm showing a stronger hand and the spade void. Although a couple are not convinced about how many to bid, they also recognize the need to make a suit other than spades trumps. 4-no, if I double, partner will pass. 5 spades seems too much. So let's hear from partner and then decide, although I will probably go to 6 anyway. 4-no, I'm not keen to defend. I do not have quite enough to insist on slam. Pessimistic, but I mean, fine. But 4-no still shows plenty of slam potential. Can you disclose what partner's hand is? We're getting there. I think we're getting there. It should be at the end of this section. Hold on. Hold your horses. Do you need to go somewhere? Boy, this is a tough hand, Jill says. Vulnerable against not. I do not want to defend 4 spades doubled. I think 5 spades is a consideration, but partner could have a total blizzard, so for the time being, I'll advance 4-no, although I might very well raise whichever suit partner bids. This is the reason why I think some of these problems are a little bit hard. In terms of like a bidding contest approach, because a lot of panelists can make these cop-outs, like 4-no trump here, and then decide whether or not they want to bid slam later, when at the table, I mean, you could bid 4-no quickly, right? Like, you could just have this hand and bid 4-no trump and save your thinking time for the next moment. But I think for a bidding contest, it's pretty... Dude, what is this picture of Cedric? Hold on. Look at this facial expression. He looks like one of these Marvel villains. But yeah, like, you get this cop-out bid of 4-no trump without disclosing your intentions. Like, I think there's a big difference between 4-no trump and passing partner's bid, and 4-no trump and bidding slam, and 4-no trump and bidding 5 spades and bidding a grand. Imagine a bidding contest where the cop-out bids van. Oh, that's a good idea. Hold on. Speaking of contests, someone had a great idea yesterday or 2 days ago that I said I was going to talk with Pete Hollins about. If you were that person, or if chat remembers, tell me what that idea was again, because I have completely forgotten. Or just tell Pete, because he's much better at note-taking than I am. Good. Now I've put that out there. Hopefully someone remembers. Cedric sums up the case for this faction. 4-no takeout. You can make a slam with no points from partner. It's not my style to double again with a void. Great. The rest all commit to slam. 5 spades, let's just bid slam in his best suit. 3 suited. Playing with Edgar Kaplan, I might chance a second takeout double, as he was a great believer that takeout doubles should be taken out. However, I would not trust a lesser mortal to bid, so I will put on my big boy pants and just force to slam in color of partner's choosing. Andrew and Migri both mention a third alternative that will achieve a similar result. 5 spades, a grand slam try with first round spade control. 5 no trump would be small slam only, but both are pick a slam. Seems sensible. Either 5 spades or 5 no seems okay. The one thing we certainly cannot do is double again, as I don't want partner to pass, which he will do with most hands. Matt Nielslin, cubiting the opponent's suit seems to be the theme of this session. It's true. We want to play slam, even if partner does not have what we need. The opponents might save anyway. That's a really good point. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. You get the vig of sometimes the opponents are just going to save over 6 clubs when it goes down. What's the difference between 4-no and 5 spades and immediate 5 spades? I talked about this earlier. Were you not here? It's that it feels to me like the auction 4-no trump, 5 of a suit, 5 spades, partner will clearly understand what we are intending to do. It is a spade void, and we are inviting a grand slam. I think it's going to be hard for us to get to a grand, but at least like partner will know what we're trying to say. 5 spades immediately might not be so obvious that it's inviting a grand slam. Of course it should be, because there, as they say, there's this 5 no trump. Who was the one? Robson. A grand slam try, 5 no trump would be just to pick a slam. So 5 spades should have the implication that it is the same as 5 no trump, but with a grand slam try. But I think partner's not necessarily, like, you want to make bidding easy on partner. So anytime you can do that, even if you're giving up like a small fraction of percentage for in the ideal situation, my preference, and I think most experts when they play at the table, their preference is to not make bidding hard on partner. A couple more panelists emphasize the folly of a second double. 5 spades by Cohen. The words of Marty Bergen, voids are magical. If I double, partner will almost always leave it in. There are too many hands where we are laid down for slam and will collect an inadequate penalty. I could just bid 5 no for the same money, as partner is not likely to ever get us to 7. Also, if I'm wrong, there's a good chance we collect an extra 600 against 6 spade double instead of 4 spades double. 5 spades. If we double again, partner's odds on to pass with semi-balanced hands. 4 no trump might be better. If we're sure that was interpreted as takeout, but partner might construe it as a natural attempt to play there. This is an interesting point. I don't think it should be. I think that hand probably doubles again, expecting once again that partner would just pass with most balanced hands, but I could see that argument. We could have a grand if partner has like king 5th, so I choose 5 spades to show void and a 3 suited hand. Partner can use 5 no to get to the best strain. Sophia raises a question that regular partnerships might want to discuss. 5 spades, this depends on agreements. For me, partner's pass is forcing at this vulnerability. That is a crazy agreement to have. No way that is playable. Yeah, there's no way that's playable, right? Huh. I mean, can't you exploit that if you're the opponents? If you know that they're playing a forcing pass here every time you preempt to 4 spades favorable, you would just preempt to 4 spades on hands that have values then. That seems insane. Anyway, okay, well, a double by Eastwood showed weakness. Assuming that's the case, it's only a matter of which suit we want to be in. Having donned his pessimistic boots, P.O. is flying solo here, and not for the last time this month. At least he'll be able to get a plus score, albeit a smaller one than most. 5 clubs. This might easily be too optimistic. Yes. Are we all looking at the same 13 cards? Well, if you only had 10 of those cards in your hand, you couldn't take 11 tricks. Okay. Both West players had to answer this problem in the match between England and Ireland in this year's Junior Camrose. Oh my god, Matt wasn't trolling. Matt, you played this hand. Look at this. The Irish player chose a second double. Oh no. Oh no, Matt. Oh, tell me it ain't so. Whilst England's West preferred a 5-spade cubid. Partner had almost a Yarborough, but his shape was suitable. Jack third, Doubleton, 3 small, 5 small. So 7 clubs was cold with trumps 2-1. Oh my god. Wait, is it actually cold? Hold on, what was our hand again? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, okay, we can run the diamonds to pitch all of partner's hearts. Plus 1390 for 6 clubs, making 7 was worth 18 imps as 4 spades doubled. Also made? Oh, that's disgusting. South was 5-2-5-1, and the King Jack was in the north hand. Surely no one thought that partner should remove a second double to go to the 5 level on that hand. That's true. I don't think Matt doubled. Wait, who's West? Hold on. We need to inspect. Matt, you were West. No, Matt, but you were West in the other room, right? There's no... Wait. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. What happened on board 3? We'll move on. Is Matt Irish? Is Matthew O'Farrell Irish? Good question. In your defense, it was an early morning match. You hadn't had your beer yet. That is a good point. Chat, we are perfect through 3 boards. Look at us go. We have 30 points. Maybe I should have been on the panel for the month of April. Although, like, I would have been kicked off the panel for my response to the first problem, even though I got all the points. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, blah, 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 6 no trump. There we go. I mean, this is wrong. This is just incorrect. I know that, so Mark told me a little bit about his scoring thing, that he likes to give preference to panel's decisions if he thinks that there's, you know, a rational reason behind both of the choices. And so he'll give a little bit of a nod to the majority vote, or if he prefers their action. On the previous board, 2 things scored a perfect 10. Here, 6 clubs has been given 11. This is just a group of people who don't know how to play match points. I'm certain of it. You're amazed that anyone else doubled? You insta-doubled? That's the thing. Like, if you don't think about the problem, then I think double might be one of the first bids that come to mind. But if you stop to think about the problem, you'll, like, construct a hand or two and be like, well, if we're getting 500, we're also getting 1440 in clubs or something like that. Oh my god. There's some 7 no trumps. Optimistic, but I actually don't hate that bid. I think 7 no trump is better than 6 clubs for what it's worth. 5 no. Got a bid. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with 5 no trump, but this again feels like a cop-out bid to me. Because we're saying partner pick a slam, right? Rather than us being the one to make the decision. Like, if partner picks 6 clubs, are we leaving it there? We shouldn't. So this feels like you're just headed in the wrong direction. Which bids are even possible to score no points? I mean, a bunch of these other bids. Oh, apparently these. 5 diamonds, 5 hearts, and 5 spades, which were selected by 5%, 2%, and 2% of the competition entrants, not the panelists. Panelist numbers are down here, but this is the percentage of entrants that the people who write in scores every month got for all of the hands. Okay, let's see. For most of the panel, this turned out to be a two-way choice between small slam contracts, and 2/3 of the competitors did the same. A few bemoaned the lack of methods to explore possibilities for Gran, which perhaps provides regular partnerships with something to discuss. So again, I think this is another problem that's done a great job for what the purpose of this competition is. They are trying to find things that regular partnerships can discuss. And so this is a great place to start. Key question, it seems, is whether anything other than a passive 4-no trump accepts partner's quantitative invite. I think it does. So, I think that should be clear to expert partnerships. The question is just, how would it be defined? Although no panelist even mentioned 5 clubs, if it is forcing, as I think it should be, is that not the obvious way to explore? I think it's okay. But I also think, our hand is not far enough. What is this hand we're constructing for partner where 7 clubs or 7 no trump is the contract? I think there just isn't one. For a start, partner will cue the ace of diamonds if he has it. Perhaps you can then sort out the major suit situation. Maybe sometimes just giving them a blind guess about what to lead is also good. I think even if we had other agreements, I still like 6 no trump. But it is good to have that sort of discussion. 6 clubs, best guess. 6 clubs, hope we can make slam. Brink says, let's go for it. 6 clubs, C hand 1. Wasn't this the guy who got 0 points on the first hand? Alan Mould. Hold on, let's expose him in front of the entire world. Back here, hand 1. 3 spades. I cannot think of anything clever to do. Oh, he was saying that I'm making the same comment as on hand 1. He can't think of anything clever. Well, it's going to cost you. 6 clubs. Partner's shown some values which will be useful in 6 clubs. It's true. To bid for, so Lorenzini says, to bid for no, my partner should have about 2 controls, an ace or 2 kings. Let's see if we can make slam. I guess the no trump bidders are going to tell us that it's match points, because none of the club bidders have been like, I know it's match points, but here's the hand where 6 clubs plays better than 6 no trump. Which is really important to come up with that hand at match points. Otherwise, you should always play a no trump. If you recognize that this may not be enough, we may be able to make 7, but I'm not willing to gamble. A grand slam is a strong possibility, but finding out if he has exactly the diamond ace and the right king is too tough to do. Sartaj makes a good case for choosing to play in clubs. All right, Sartaj, my man, what do you have to say? There's no guarantee that partner has good diamonds. Why can't he have something like king, queen, third, king, doubleton, 10, 9, 6, doubleton? 5 no pick a slam is never going to get a 6 club bid from him, so we better do the job ourselves. Okay, great. We've come up with the hand. I had this in the back of my mind, but I just decided not to mention it because I think the opponents are probably never leading a diamond on this auction. Even if they have the ace, queen of diamonds, they're just not going to do it. Queen, jack, 10, they probably wouldn't do it. So I understand this complaint. It still has to be percentage to play in 5 no. Or 6 no. Jill, just because it's match points, I would bid 6 clubs at imps. Agree. At imps, I would bid the save for 6 clubs. I was once about to start writing a book on match points and emailed Broglin for advice. Bid 6 no trump was the somewhat limited assistance I received. If I get top marks here, I may send him a belated thank you. 6 no, I would bid 6 clubs at imps, but I expect most pairs will bid the slam, and there may hands where 6 no is just as good or makes on heart finesse, and or a non-spade lead. Exactly. 6 no, it's match points. Yeah, partner won't have ace, queen, jack, 6th. With that, he would make a positive response. So similarly for the grand slam, partner can't have ace, queen, 5th of diamonds, and the king of spades, or the king of hearts. Zia 6 no, this is the practical bid at match points, but we are surely making 7 unless partner has blah. Surely making 7. Zia says. Surely. 6 no, I have too many club tricks to refuse partner's invite, and the siren call match points beacons me to bid the slam and no trumps. 6 no, it is difficult to investigate a grand. We can bid 5 hearts, their agreements, and maybe hear that partner has no spade control, but that would not guarantee the diamond ace and heart king. Surely he could have something like this. Yep, absolutely. And don't call Koopa Shirley. We take the opportunity to say that our responses to a 2-club opening bid show the number of Italian controls. So 2 spades would usually show 3, usually 1 ace and 1 king, which, as you can see, would be a great help to know that at the 2 level. Really? The rest of the world abandoned control showing responses to 2 clubs sometimes around the 1970s. You guys really should get out more. Smiley face. Now that I've interacted with this guy, I appreciate his little quips that he throws in here. I told him specifically that if I say anything dumb, he should just like dump heaps of scorn on my decisions in the contest. So this will be fun. Andrew is aware that even the small slam might be on a finesse. 6 no, partner rates to have in the worst case something like queen third, 3 small, ace queen fourth, doubleton. Even then they have to lead something and partner could have a useful card such as the club 10. Whilst Miguel is more concerned that we may have 13 tricks. 6 no, we may have a grand slam opposite the right 8 to 9 count, but I have no way of locating partner's points. Does the rest of the world not consider that 3 diamonds a double negative? What year is he in if not the 1970s? I mean, I think clearly 3 diamonds was not a double negative. I think there's a convention card that comes along with the contest that you should maybe look at, which I'm probably not going to, but I'll think about it. 6 no. Partner sequence shows around 8 to 9, but probably not a good diamond suit. I'll start with 3 diamonds on the first round. My initial idea was to bid 7 no. Whoa. However, I subsequently realized that partner can have something like king third, queen fifth, doubleton off the diamond ace. A merry band were willing to take a shot for all the marbles. Larry Cohen, 7 no trump. To make up for my underbid last time. Oh, Larry. Picture the diamond ace and heart king. Partner will have more than that. Picture ace queen jack 10 sixth. Picture ace queen spade king, and we're at worst on a finesse. Wait, Larry, count to 13. Come on, bud. You can do it. That is all 13 tricks. Isn't it all 13 tricks? Did I miscount? We have 3 diamonds, 2 spades, a heart, and 7 club. Yeah, that's just 13 tricks. Okay. I'm giving myself 7 club tricks. Good. Someone once observed, it might have been me, but I don't remember, that the best partners always produce the dummy to justify my bidding. Maurizio clearly has an excellent partner. 4 no should mean the diamond ace and at least one of the major suit kings. Does it now? You give him 10 points for this comment? He might win comment of the month. He also left a smiley face at the end of his comment, which makes it happier in general. 7 no. I expect something else from partner besides ace queen and diamonds. That's enough for 13 tricks. Christian is the only one trying to find out more before committing himself. 5 no. I'm trying for a grand slam as I'll have 13 tricks opposite as little. Okay. See, this I don't mind. If they're trying for a grand, but they're going to bid 6 no over 6 clubs, I think that's okay. Yes. Period. I don't know what this yes is in response to. Plenty here for regular partnerships to discuss. When the hand occurred, playing in a large but moderate field, partner had the perfect jack 10 fourth, king third, ace fifth, singleton. So there are 13 easy tricks. Almost no one got to the grand, and indeed a third of the field played in 3 no or 5 clubs, and getting to only 6 clubs scored above average. That's why he gave so many points to 6 clubs. That's crazy, though. I mean, you can't play 6 clubs at match points. This is just insane. Even in a weak field, there's no way. Like, when people in a weak field open 2 clubs, their next bid is just 6 clubs with this hand. I think we saw it today, even. It went like 2 clubs in the speedball. Partner overcalled something, and it went like 3 clubs past 6 clubs. All right, next board. No! We didn't get all the points. Here, double down here, we scored 8 on this one. Let's take a look. Oh, this was the one that we actually worked out, though, right? We worked out that we just earn more points by doubling. So I think this could be another problem that people just didn't take the time to work out, but I guess we'll find out what happens. 2 hearts, 2 no, 4 hearts. So this was the hand. We eventually came around to the idea that we were just, because it's imps and because no one's vulnerable, double will produce often 800 against our small slam. It will generally produce 1100 sometimes against our small slam. And if we're not making a grand, then we might even get like 1400 or something against a grand slam or 1400 against a small slam. A lot of it depends on how good partners' hearts are for 2 no trump, how many heart tricks we have, because we probably have all the other aces and kings. But let's see what the panel says. 5 no got most of the marks. So this was just committing to a small slam, I guess. We had another 5 heart bid. Only 1 panelist vote, but it probably has the same meaning as that, you know, the 5 spades over 4 spades in the previous auction when it went 2 spades, double, 4 spades, pass, 5 spades. This is the same idea for 5 hearts here. It would be trying to invite a grand. 4 no is just natural into play, I think. So I'm not sure what the panelists are going to think is going on here. If they think it's takeout, then they're just wrong. But okay, we decided to double. There's, you know, half of the panel is split between 5 no and double. I guess we'll find out when we get to the hand. Competitors are widely split on this one, although the largest group, nearly a quarter, chose the option that no panelist even mentioned. What was that option? Oh, 5 clubs. Yeah. However, there were plenty of high-scoring choices to go around. The panel is primarily split into those who simply try to find the best slam, 5 no, 5 hearts, 4 no, but 4 no is natural and to play, and those who double, some of whom intended as takeout and some of whom are happy to defend. The key questions that I hope this problem would answer is the meaning of both double and 4 no. I'm not sure that we have found out. That's a good point. I didn't specifically say that I thought double was penalty. Should it be penalty? That's actually a good question. Maybe it shouldn't. Huh. I do think 4 no trump is natural, for what it's worth. So double maybe a little bit unclear. Again, I have plenty of time. If partner pulls my double as penalty, then I can bid 5 no next, and we'll figure out what's going on from there. Partner will hopefully find out that I have a slam force, but I was trying to penalize 4 hearts. Double, why bid? Double, not penalties really, but in any event, I'm happy to defend at white when partner has already bid no trump. Double, just points. Partner can bid if he wants. If he bids 4 spades, I can bid 4 no, showing both minors. Reasonable. Double, if partner bids something, I'll raise to slam. Double, for me, this is takeout, Lorenzini says. My hand is too flat to take a more positive action. Double, C hand, oh my god. Okay, this is not what we want on the panel. Can we all agree that we want more stuff like this and less stuff like C hand 1? Double. If partner bids 4 spades, I'll try 5 no. Even giving partner a wasted king and hearts, slam is still good opposite something like blah. I mean, isn't slam just laydown? What did Migri give partner? 17 count? Yeah, like a bad 17 count? Double, Hans says, it'll probably go all pass and we will possibly miss a slam. However, bidding feels very unilateral. If partner bids 4 no minors, I'll jump to 6 clubs. Did anyone think about us getting to a grand slam? I constructed like a 15 or 16 count from partner where we're just cold for a grand slam. No one has mentioned a grand slam yet, which is shocking to me. Venkatesh sums up the case for this faction on the panel. Double. With combined partnership assets in excess of 30 high card points, we should be close to slam. However, partners 2 no trump instead of double likely suggests at least 3 hearts. With the opponents in a 9 card fit with very few high cards, a penalty of 5 or 800 seems like a better proposition than bidding a dicey slam with bad breaks. Partner pulls the double, I will surely raise to slam. Of course, yeah. I think we mostly worked out that it was more on the lines of 800 or 1100 than 5 or 8. But anyway, here we are. A couple chose an alternative route, but is the meaning of this clear? Might it not be an attempt to play here after partner has bid a natural 2 now? So I know that Craig and I had a discussion about this in the past, and we played that 4 no trump was natural in this spot. So this is a thing I've actually discussed with someone a long time ago. I don't know the general expert consensus in this spot, but I thought the general expert consensus would be that 4 no is natural and to play. Meaning a double may be unclear, I won't risk it, even though I'm marked with at most 1 heart and think it should be for takeout. 5 no, pick a slam is a slight overbid. Disagree, but bridge panelists are a macho bunch. 4 no, they probably have 9 to 10 hearts, so double is one option, but partner bids 4 spades. What then could I do? I could also pass, intending to pass partner's double. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Isn't 4 hearts just going to pass out? Hello? However, we have a good chance of making slam in either minor or no trump, so that's where I'm heading. The rest simply head for slam by one route or another. I need some water. One sec. Five no. Pick a slam. Pick a slam with emphasis on the minors. 5 no, we want to play slam. 5 no, says Zia, let the genius pick the suit. But Zia, aren't you the genius? I think Zia's got it backwards. Either slam in a minor or 6 no should be playable. If I double, what will happen is uncertain. How will partner take it? 5 no, partner's marked with at most 3 hearts, unless south is some kind of madman. I don't think that's true. If partner has a 4-3-4-2 shape, we want to play in diamonds, and with a 4-3-2-4 in clubs. If we're off 2 aces, I'll be asking partner why he overcalled on such a bad 15. 5 no, I wish I could ask for aces, but this is not what 4 no would mean. I will have to just guess, and I'm happy to play 6 minor at this form of scoring. 5 no, in the colonies, this bid is treated as forcing, asking partners to suggest an alternative to no trumps. What is this entire comment? Robson, it's nice to have the 5th club, improving the chances of playing the best fit. For example, partner being 4-3-3. Of course, doubling and collecting a penalty could be the best option, but looks like an alternative way to reach the same end. 5 hearts. If 2 no is strong and natural, we should have slam. Investigating slam. 5 hearts. The choice seems to be between doubling or aiming for a slam. Partner probably has king doubleton or ace doubleton hearts, or worst case, ace king. I have only 1 jack. Good for slam, and we should have a fit in one of the minors. If he has ace third, ace in 1, queen 4th, ace queen 5th, or 5 diamonds, we may even make a grand slam. Finally! Someone said grand slam. But I do not know how to find out. I also didn't know how to find out. PL must have got his pilot's license, as he has been doing a lot of solo flying in this set. 6 clubs! I wish we had methods to find out if partner has blah or blah. At the table, partner had ace doubleton, ace 10 third, queen 5th, ace queen 3rd. So there were 13 top tricks in clubs, diamonds, or no trump. I don't think anyone is raising 6 diamonds, so that looks like plus 940s for most of the panel. Leading trumps are a minor suit ace and a trump switch. Holds declared to just 5 trump tricks and 4 hearts doubled. So you can get 1100 defending. Probably a small swing in favor of the doublers whose partners pass. We worked this out. Hello? We worked this out. Hold on. We're adjusting our score on this one. No. How do I write this concisely? There. That's our score. Correct analysis, but no points. Why was the double 8? Because there were probably fewer doublers. I didn't reach the 7 level. Neither did anyone else. That's not fair. Yeah, how many doublers were there? I guess it was split 50-50. I don't know. I don't know why double was only given 8 points. Not sure. Sometimes these scores are a little bit random. That's okay. All right, on to the next one. I should subtract points from them, not add points to me. That's fair as well. Results-based scoring is only bad when it negatively affects you. Very true. So as you can see, we're still perfect on this month's set. We have a perfect 48 plus 2 out of 50. Hey, Eric. 3 spades, pass, double, pass, 5 diamonds, pass. Yeah, this is the one where I was just like, I don't like this type of problem because we can just bid 5 spades and it's a cop-out bid. But I had given my explanation of what I was doing over it. If partner bids 6 diamonds, I was bidding 7. If partner bids 6 clubs, I was bidding 6 diamonds. You bid 6 no here. Did you realize that it was imps? Six no trump did not earn a lot of points on this one. Pass did not earn a lot of points. 7 diamonds did not earn a lot of points. There's a lot of panel votes for a lot of different stuff. Well, we discussed a lot of the possibilities on this hand. This is the most divisive hand of this set, with the panel offering varying degrees of support for 6 different options. There's also a lack of clarity as to the meaning of various actions, notably 5 spades, 5 no trump, and perhaps 6 clubs. Wait, I didn't even realize there's a 6 club bid somewhere in here? What? Excuse me? How could anyone possibly think that 6 clubs was... This should get negative points. Anyway. More for regular partnerships to discuss. The largest group of competitors, nearly a third, scored fairly well for simply raising partner suit to the 6th level. Although many members of the panel were not yet willing to give up on other higher alternatives. Let's start with those who bid their own suit. 5 hearts, I'm hoping this is forcing. You're alone there, Megri. See, this is the thing for me. I think partner with a stiff heart is going to pass. If partner doesn't have a stiff heart, they'll probably bid. Because partner showed some stuff, and if they have a little bit of a fit and we have a power double with hearts, they're probably going to bid something. I don't know what they would do. But yeah, 5 hearts definitely not forcing, we concluded. 5 hearts. It's tempting to force to slam, but that risks losing the hearts. 5 hearts might get a raise, or it might be our best spot. Wasn't this imps? Why do we care about playing in hearts, everyone? Zia. 6 hearts, I have no idea. Yeah, Zia makes what looks like a match point choice, exactly. 6 diamonds. A couple of accurate predictions from 2 of our women's world champions. Sally Brock, I think partner has to have a pretty good suit to jump to 5 diamonds. It also looks as if he has spade length, so he could be very short in hearts. Jill Myers, we could be cold for 7 if partner has king, queen, 7th. That was the hand that I was looking at. However, he could easily have queen, 7th, and the king, queen of clubs. And then the grand would be worse than a finesse. Alan is flying solo on this one and perhaps flirting with danger. What is 6 clubs? Dude, who is this guy? Hold on, I need to look this up. Alan Mold, English Bridge Union. So he's played in the seniors something. Playing record, team events. Let's take a look. He got second on the England senior teams in the 44th World Bridge Team Championships in 2019. He got third on the English senior teams in 2022. He got 7th on the European Team Championship seniors. So, really strong player. But man, he needs to work on his bidding. I guess it's a good thing for him that that he's on this panel, because now he can learn from the other panelists. I cannot think of any hand that passes over 3 spades and then leaps to 5 diamonds. What do you mean? Think harder. King to 8, maybe. I will try 6 clubs as a grand try, although probably pointless. Maybe I can't read this. Despite your final comment, Alan, I would think there is at least a chance that you will be playing it in clubs smiley face. Perhaps a content generator? I mean, I think you have to be a pretty good player to get second in the Senior World Championships. So, maybe he's just good at card play. Look, I'm just good at card play. I can't bid. I know the feel. 5 no, flexibility. 5 no, pick a slam. I'll bid 6 diamonds over 6 clubs to offer a choice of red suits. Ooh, okay. 5 no, pick a slam. I don't want to impose hearts, so I'll correct to 6 diamonds over 6 clubs. So 5 no is pick a slam, and converting 6 clubs to 6 diamonds will show red suits, ... Or is it asking about the quality of partner's suit? 5 no. I think 5 no here should be Grand Slam Force agreeing diamonds. Wow. I expect partner to have good diamonds, at least King Queen 5th. And more likely a 6-card suit. With only 5, I expect a side card. Both be useful. If partner has 1 diamond on her, I'll bid 6 hearts. Huh. 5 no, do you have the Diamond King Queen partner? Better check with your regular partner to find out what he thinks 5 no means. I'm pretty sure Marty understands the logic of this approach. 5 no. Marty, 5 no. If partner rebids 6 diamonds, I'll raise to 7. It's time to hear from the largest faction on the panel. 5 spades. What is 5 no here? Good question, see above. Even if we agree that 4 no is key card after a jump bid, I'm not sure about 5 no in this auction. I'm tempted to just bid 7, but I'll start with 5 spades to see what happens. 5 spades, grand try, Robson. This is tricky, both in terms of strain and level, but I think ace-jack is probably good enough to support, so I'll lock into diamonds and try for the grand. 5 spades. With king, queen, 10, 6, then nothing more, we would still have a good chance in 7 diamonds. 5 spades. Partner's 5 diamonds should show at least a decent 6 or 7 card suit, 1 outside card, blah, 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 blah. This guy has some long explanations. 5 spades. It is clear to make diamonds trumps. I may as well try 5 spades on the way to 6 diamonds, although encouragement from partner seems unlikely. 5 spades. I can't get myself to give up on grand. I hope partner doesn't give me a slow 6 diamonds. True. Grand slam try, showing a spade control. My gut feeling is that we'll end up in 7 diamonds. It is far from clear exactly how all of the above expect partner to respond. At least the French have discussed the situation. They offer some advice on which partnerships might want to build. Eric says, I don't see why 5 no would be anything other than pick a slam. That's kind of how I feel. I mean, chat suggested 5 no key card, and it looks like some people agree that it would be. I don't think I've ever heard of 5 no key card before, but there's some merit to it, I suppose. We expect holding king, queen, 7th. Partner will bid 5-no over 5 spades. That's true too. 5 spades actually gives partner a little bit more space. Or an alternative approach from Christian. 5 spades here should be key card. Interesting. This hand originated in England's premier Grandmasters pairs, imp scoring. The East hand was Jack 10 4th, void, Queen 10 9 6th, King Jack 3rd. Huh? Is that a 5 diamond bid? No, right? 3 spades, pass, double? This is a balancing double? No, that's not a 5 diamond bid, is it? I don't know about that. Okay, well, I mean, we got to the better spot, right? Because apparently we get to 6 diamonds and it makes. This was the auction at our table, and West tried 6 hearts, which went down when North had Queen 3rd and the Diamond King, but 6 diamonds makes with careful play. I would think that East would beat a hasty retreat to 6 diamonds over 5 spades. But see, my plan was then to raise 6 diamonds to 7 over that. So I would have gone down in 7 diamonds. Actually, that's not true. My partner would have gone down in 7 diamonds. I wouldn't have had any more bidding to do. Most rate to stop in the optimum contract, although a few panel members mentioned that they intend to bid on beyond 6 diamonds, which is your last making spot. Yeah. Yeah, this is on partner, for sure. You were wrong. Partner did hang our balancing double. Hey, I agree. I totally agree. Partner should not be doing that with this hand. They do not have a 5 diamond bid. All right. What happened on this board? Oh, look at that. What did I say? The panel is going to bid 4 diamonds. We are going to bid 1 diamond. I'm happy to get 8 for 1 diamond. Well, I guess I should have seen this coming. We've ruined our perfect score for this month. It was all my doing, though. I said that the panel is going to bid 4 diamonds. You heard it here. But, yeah, I think this is just a style thing. This, to me, doesn't feel a lot like a bidding contest problem to me. I mean, it does for the competitors, because the competitors are choosing 4 diamonds, 3 diamonds, and 5 diamonds, which are all incorrect. Well, sorry, 4 diamonds is fine, but 3 and 5 are both incorrect. Pass is, I don't know where pass came from. 2 panelists decided to pass. You don't like 4 diamonds? 4 diamonds is good. I mean, it's 1 or 4. Those are the 2 options. Pass is psychotic. It really is. Someone bid, there's 2% of the entrants bid 2 diamonds on the hand. Intermediate? I don't know, maybe. All right, this was a simple question of how many diamonds. The panel were split between 2 choices, with well over a third of competition entrants scoring a maximum. Let's start with the smaller of the 2 main factions of the panel. Zia, 1 diamond. Hand feels too good for anything else. Aha! Aha! He didn't say C hand 1 this time. This is great. Feel this isn't right for any sort of preempt. Sounds good. Where are the vulnerabilities? We are favorable. We're favorable, and it is match points. Me and Alan basically think the same. Yeah, that's the conclusion we've reached from this one example hand. This may not be a popular choice, but I'm too good for 3. Don't want to bypass 3 now by opening 4 diamonds. I don't think that's the main concern. I think it's just like, do you want to reach a spade fit sometimes? And I think the answer is yes. It is match points after all. 1 diamond. I'll apologize later if it goes wrong. Sand has too much offensive potential for preempting. Hand is too good for a first seat white 3-level preempt, and a 4-level preempt is not very attractive with length in both majors. That's kind of my feeling as well, that the length in both majors means that we're not gaining as much by preempting 4 diamonds, because if the opponents get to 4 of a major, it might just go down. Where's Deweese, or DeWise, or whatever, I forget how to say it, device? I guess he's not here this month. Maybe he was busy with something else. These colors, I like to play light minor openings, so 1 diamond fits the bill. Andrew earns Comment of the Month honors for introducing 2 excellent new words into the English lexicon. 1 diamond. This hand is too majory and not diamondy enough for 4 diamonds. That's actually a pretty good description of the bid. That's how I feel too. 1, I'll try 1 diamond, but any number of diamonds might be right. You can make a case for either 1 or 4. I don't know what this typo was after 1 diamond and before 4 diamonds. I guess you don't want your partner to sacrifice needlessly. 1 diamond, second choice 4, comes down to partnership style. The largest group prefer to preempt, which is why probably he gave the highest marks. Brink, I like opening 4 diamonds, so I do it as often as I can. And also with a diamond less and a club more. 4 diamonds, stick it to the opponents. If they bid over this, I expect to make at least one of my queens on defense. Lorenzini, for me, this is a choice between 1 and 4. I prefer the preempt at match points, as I feel that will be the choice of the field. Aha! Cedric thinks he can take more tricks than the other players in the field. He might be right about this. This is a really, actually, high-level thing to consider. I mean, I talk about this as well when, like, I'm playing match points. I try and duplicate the field action in the bidding because I know I'm going to outplay the field. But so in situations like this, you often want to make the choice. If you're a much better card player than the field, you want to make the choice that the field is going to do in a match point field, because you're just going to earn 70% on the board for taking more tricks than them. On average, you expect to. So if you get to the same contract, that's good. Preempting in first position's okay. It's hard to place any great value on the major suit queens. 4 diamonds. I hope we're not playing Namyats. Great comment, Larry. Larry's had some good comments. I did like Robson's note about the majory and diamondy. 4 diamonds. I wish I had less, but this vulnerability screams preempt. 4 diamonds. In my normal methods, I could open 3 no, showing a broken minor, but I'm guessing that's not a standard treatment. For a couple, the choice was not less but more. 4 diamonds is enough. 4 diamonds, it seems to leave them more room to go wrong than opening 5 diamonds. There are a few mavericks. First, the conservatives. 3 diamonds, I'm a bit heavy for this, but I don't like to bid more with major suit length. There's a way that you can avoid bidding more with major suit length. It's to not preempt at all. 3 diamonds. For us, it's 3 diamonds or pass. We are really too strong for 3 diamonds in first seat at these colors, but if the hand belongs to the opponents, we can easily score our major suit queens in defense after such an opening bid. We believe that 4 diamonds is not in the equation, and we dislike 1 diamond too. Oh my god. I think this couple, or partnership, or whoever they are, I think they generally have good comments. Sometimes they play unusual systems and they elaborate on it, but they're way off base. PO has a very good reason for shunning the most popular choice. In my methods, 4 diamonds is not an option, as it would show a very good 4 spade opening. If you have that, then I think the choices are 1 or 3. But that's about it. Pass, I may be in the minority, but I don't care. At the table, partner had ace, king, jack 5th, jack 3rd, stiff, king 10, 9 4th. You could make 9 tricks in spades or diamonds, and doing so would get a 35 to 40% score. Whew. However, some east-west pairs scored plus 200 or more by tempting the opponents into the auction at the 4 level. North had... Who's North? Who were we? Oh, we were east-west. So north had doubleton, ace, king, fourth, king, queen, third, ace, fourth. I don't really understand. Which seat is north in? Sorry. So if we open 4 diamonds, it goes all pass. Right? So 4 diamonds, all pass, we score plus 130. So if we open 1 diamond, they overcall a no trump. The opponents have a 4-4 heart fit, but how many values do they have? It's 9. Hold on, let me count partner's hand. 21. So if we open a diamond, they overcall no trump. Partner doubles. Some sort of rescue into 2 hearts, and then we run to a diamond part score, and partner bids spades, and then we get to a spade partial, and we get plus 140, apparently. So there's actually no way for the opponents to ever enter into this auction, and yet we don't do well for ending up in spades. Okay, I get it. You know, that's fine. Wait, we make 9 tricks in diamonds? Yeah, apparently we do. Losing 2 hearts and 2 trumps. So we're just minus 50 if we open 4 diamonds, and we're plus 140 if we open 1 diamond. Huh. That's really interesting. Okay, no, I mean, it's fine. You know, I'll take it. Should I get an 8 plus 2 on this as well? Wait a second. Like, wait. Hold on. We need to, like, reevaluate. we really need to reevaluate this one, because over 4 diamonds, this hand will not bid, right? Because what would you do with this hand? You have 2 diamond tricks and just, like, flat distribution, and you have no spades. You can't make a takeout double. You can't overcall 4 hearts. Hold on a second. Wait. All right, hold on. Nope, no one pay attention to anything that's happening on screen right here. We're just gonna, you know, like, okay. Yep. Okay, great. On to hand 7. How'd we do? Hey, look at this. Oh, at the table. Yeah. Hand 7. Here we go. We got top marks for 5 hearts. Oh, this is so good. Man, I don't remember the last board. Did I do something crazy on the last hand? We might be on our way to a perfect game. Oh yeah, this problem. So we talked a lot about, like, 5 hearts versus 5 clubs. These are the 2 top choices. I think these are the only 2 reasonable choices, even though a lot of the panelists chose to pass. Imps tends to be pretty easy when both sides can be making a game. You just bid, because you can't afford to give up a double game swing. And obviously, our side could be making 5 hearts. We have a diamond void. Like, it wouldn't be that hard to come up with a hand, but I guess I can do it now. Stiff ace of clubs and 5 small hearts and out. I mean, partner needs to have more than that, but the 5 hearts would be making opposite that hand. We would just rough the club suit good. So, and obviously, you know, that's a hand where 4 spades would probably also be making. We get a heart, a club, and maybe like a rough or something like that. I'm not sure. Especially if the opponents have a void in hearts. We'll lead a high heart against 4 spades. They rough, they pull trumps, and then they just lose the ace of clubs or something, and a diamond trick or whatever. So 15 imps are a lot of imps. It is a lot of imps for a double game swing on this one. So 5 hearts and 5 clubs are the only 2 reasonable bids on this hand. I have no idea why the panelists were given 7 points for a pass, but they did. This is the question setter's Easter Bunny gift It was Easter in April. With limited choices, it produces the second of our 2 majority votes from the panel. Nearly half of the competitors cash in with a maximum, with 21 out of 28 panelists choosing to bid on. I downgraded pass in the marking, although everyone scores fairly well in this hand. Let's start with the passers. 2 low spades puts me off bidding. Get out. Pass. I don't think we're making 5 hearts, and I'm not sure they're making 4 spades. Okay. Like, honestly, this is a very sensible thing to say from Jill. My evaluation is wildly different than hers, but if that's her estimate, then, like, she has done the right thing at imps, right? I think so. They weren't exactly pushed into it. This seems like the worst of all worlds. Pass. If partner doubles, I will pull to 5 hearts. Mats was alone in objecting to our opening bid. Pass. I would never have opened this hand. I have respect for Milton work. I don't know who that is. Pass. This should be wrong, but what is right? Some thinks it's obvious. Brink. 5 hearts, what else? Migri, I'm not letting them play yet. 5 hearts, it could be wrong, but with this shape, I refuse to defend 4 spades. Some were already thinking about the lead problem if the opponents bid again. Zia, of course, Zia. 5 hearts into the valley, but I can't wait to underlead the hearts, get the diamond rough. Milton work points is 4-3-2-1. Wait, what? Isn't that normal high card points? Five hearts. There's little purpose in introducing the clubs. If they take the push to 5 or 6 spades, I will seem fake or ignominy by leading the 9 of hearts. Keeping my magnificent clubs in reserve, I'll try to push the villains up a level while contemplating leading the 3 of hearts against 5 or 6 spades. 5 hearts. There's no need for anything fancy to direct a lead, since I will be on lead if they bid 5 spades. I'm glad you didn't ask me what I would lead against that. True. 5 hearts, we are not in a force. We do not believe we can pass with such distribution, and we are not tempted by the lead of a small heart. Great answer. Honestly, like, very succinct and great answer. Andrew always has great faith in his partner. 5 hearts. I don't want partner leading clubs, but a 5 diamond bid for obfuscation and helping the defense is possible. However, if I underlead the hearts, it should not be beyond the wit of a man for partner to work out why. Oh, for the optimism of youth. Sophia is thinking about slam possibilities even when it seems much more likely it is the opponents who may be able to make 12 tricks. 5 hearts. I would rather 2-no Trump specifically showed either exactly invitational values or was game forcing. I don't really have a good enough hand to investigate slam, even opposite a game forcing hand. If you mentioned a third alternative. 5 hearts. I have huge playing strength and no defense. I don't think this club suit is worth mentioning with 2 quick spade losers. 5 hearts. This is my limit. If the opponents continue at 5 spades, I'll pass. Bidding 5 clubs is too likely to clarify the hand for the opponents, who on a lucky day may be able to make 6 spades. Yeah, this was one of my comments about 5 clubs. We don't want to do that. Sally Brock. It looks right to bid on. I know I could bid 5 clubs to help him on the next round, but I'm so minimum. Some were willing to introduce their clubs. I like this comment. 5 clubs, natural-ish. 5 clubs, it's a little cringy. Spoken like a true YouTuber, going after the fans. But the distribution calls for another action. 5 clubs, I have the death number of spades, but I cannot pass with this shape. 5 clubs is not a slam try, just helping partner when they bid 5 spades. True. There may be more bidding to come, so I want to help partner out with the knowledge of my second suit. Luckily, I'm on lead, so this should not lead to any opening lead disasters. If LHO bids 6 diamonds and that comes back to me, I'll take my should back. True. 5 clubs. We have little to no defense and plenty of offense. It's clear to take the push, but we also need to set the ground for potential 6-level decision. Yeah, the question is always going to be, who do we think needs the information? Is it partner or the opponents? And my judgment here was the opponents would be helped more. There was plenty of potential for excitement on this one. At the table, partner held stiff, 4 small, king 10 third, king queen jack 5th. So north-south make 4 spades, and your side can make 5 clubs or 5 hearts. That low heart lead against 5 spades is not looking so great now, though. With the opponent's hearts breaking 2-2 and the ace of diamonds in the north hand, just defending normally gets you 2 hearts and a diamond to nip 5 spades by trick. The 5 club bidders may well encourage partner to take the save at the 6th level. That's true. That's true. On this hand, partner would save, and then the real question is, did partner do the right thing? Wait, did Alan say I have the worst shape? I have the death number of spades, but I cannot pass with this shape. I think this comment makes sense. Like, 2 small spades is bad because spades might be 5-4-2-2 around. But with 6-5, he doesn't want to pass. There's a comma. There's a comma separating the 2 clauses. I think this comment's okay. All right, last hand. Oh, are we going to get 7 plus 3 or just 7 on this one? Stay tuned to find out. This one was pretty clear, though, I remember, now that I'm looking back at it. I thought we very clearly determined that this was the correct thing to do. No, this one's unclear, right? But we also don't know what our partner's double is. Okay, lots of people bid 4 no trump, some bid 5 clubs, and some passed. Makes sense. We finish the set with another player defend question, and if we choose to play, how should we show our hand? That 19 out of 28 panel members chose to bid on is reflecting on the marketing. So he basically upvoted 4 no trump and 5 clubs because so many people decided not to pass, which is fair. More than half of our competitors opted for defense, but everyone scores relatively highly. A number of panelists objected to our 2-diamond overcall, although I confess that when Barnett sent me the deal, I thought it looked fairly normal. Let's start with those who agree with the largest group of competition entrants. Pass. Delighted for the moment. Partners doubled for penalties, and I have no tricks. And I have 2 tricks. Yeah, exactly. This is great. I'm on board. Partner may have something good in trumps and a high card or 2, and I'm on lead with an ace-king. The flimsy diamonds put me off bidding 4 no. Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, partner probably has a stiff diamond, right? We have no tricks on offense. Pass. Lacking agreement about double, I see no reason to bid. Now that we have created the situation with our 2-diamond overcall, not our cup of tea, we're happy to pass with hopefully 2 defensive tricks. Pass. You could never persuade me to overcall 2 diamonds on this hand, so I would not be faced with this problem. If you hold a gun to my head, I will pass and hope I have a couple of clubs to cash and that partner has a couple tricks. For the rest, it was only a question of how to find our best spot. 4 no trump. I cannot pass with this shape. Man, we're talking about shape an awful lot. 4 no seems to keep every suit in play, including hearts, apparently. I expect this to lead to a save against a cold 4 spades. Lorenzini. 4 no trump. Partner's double is more card showing than penalties. I don't usually pass with void. 4 no. If partner's double is the classic transferable values type action, then I have no business passing with spade void. A great hand for partnership discussion. True. Very true. 4 no showing 6-4 by a couple of people. 4 no. Passing is for balanced hands. We've got pretty good offensive values. If we have a good fit in clubs or even hearts, we might be making some game plus contract. Showing diamonds and another. I don't like the idea of defending with void. See my magic of voids comments upstream. More complaints about the 2-diamond overcall. I don't like the 2-diamond overcall on such a suit, so I would not be in this position. I'm advancing with 4 no now to show 6-4. 4 no, not sure why I overcalled. 4 no, I feel sick. Well, you can get that checked out, Zia. Probably should. Our initial overcall was based on shape, protecting partner with values who may be unable to enter the auction because of spade length. Partner's double is cooperative penalty. We should pass with sufficient extra shape. Wait, what do you mean by extra shape? I think you mean extra values. Typo. These colors, and with our void and light shapely overcall, I take the insurance to bid, and bid 4 no to show 2 or 3 places to play. This should allow us to get hearts when it's right, as partner will know I am not all minors. No 2 no trump overcall and 5 clubs. Andrew mentions the alternative. 4-0. I don't think I'm supposed to pass with a void. Close between 4-0 and 5 clubs. Am I supposed to have 5 clubs for 5 clubs and have chosen not to unusual? Partner's double shows general values. My clubs may not provide 2 defensive tricks if partner has length. This vulnerability, 5 clubs may be the safest. Is there anyone else who doesn't like the 2 diamond overcall? Yep, you're not alone. 5 clubs. I expect my ox to pass with a pure penalty double. Really? 5 clubs. I play this double as primarily for penalties, but it usually is points. And with a void, I should bid. Huh. Okay. All right. I'm on board. The only thing the panel agrees on is the 2 diamond overcall. It's true. Is it normal for bovines to play bridge? I think in some countries. 5 clubs. Again, 2 diamonds would not be my first choice. I would have passed. I'm not sure what to do now. Marty sums up for the majority of the panel. 5 clubs for me, void scream offense, so passing is not an option. As to why 5 clubs and not 4 no trump. With 5-5 or 6-5, I'd have overcalled 2 no trump. I agree. So I want to clarify that my second suit is clubs rather than hearts. I think that's a good decision. On this hand from the transnational seniors teams, partner held ace third, ace 10 fourth, void, queen 9 sixth. You can make 11 tricks in clubs, and north-south can make 10 in spades, so it's a clear win for the bidders. Yeah, this is like actually a pretty reasonable hand for partner to hold. That kind of sucks. What does my ox mean? I think it's just his way of saying my partner, like my strong partner over there, because he doubled. Oxes are strong. I'm not sure. Yeah. The panel is led this month by one of its youngest stars, Poland's Sofia Baldiz. Oh, look, another Polish player. We were talking about them. With an impressive 79 out of 80. So what did I end up with? I had a 73 plus 4. Is that what I got? 73 plus 4 out of 80? Completing the podium is a partnership that the bridge world hasn't seen for many years, proving they're still as potent as they were back in the day. Marty Bergen and Larry Cohen. Congratulations too to this month's guest panelists, and particularly Venkatesh Ramaratnam, who came into this month leading the annual competition. His 74 out of 80 in this set seems likely to keep him at the front of that race. Our thanks as always to all members of our expert panel for the time they take to both entertain and educate our readers. See you all next month. Mark.